Close your eyes, take a deep breath, and let the world around you fade. Together, we will journey to a realm where myths come alive and mysteries whisper their secrets. This is your moment to pause, to wonder, and to escape. The Whispering Skull of Cathbad, the Druid who wouldn't die. The Druid of unmatched power. Long ago, when the trees of Ireland were young and the wind still carried the voices of the gods, there lived a Druid named Cathbad. He was no ordinary wise man. Cathbad was revered and feared, a seer whose prophecies never faltered. It was said that he could speak to the stars and bend the will of nature to his voice. With a silver-tipped staff and robes dyed in twilight hues, he moved through the courts of kings and queens like a shadow of fate itself. Cathbad served the people of Ulster, and he foretold many things. Battles that would be lost and won, storms that would rise, heroes that would fall. Yet, what no one knew was that Cathbad feared only one thing: being forgotten. To ensure that his knowledge endured, he began work on a secret spell, one so potent it defied death itself. A forbidden rite. In the darkest glen beneath the hill of Maca, Cathbad gathered rare herbs, stones that hummed with ancient power, and water drawn from moonlit wells. With these, he began to weave his spell, not of immortality in flesh, but in mind. He intended to preserve his consciousness within his skull, ensuring his wisdom would echo for all eternity. The rite was forbidden among the Druids, who believed that death must not be tampered with, that memory belonged to the ancestors and the flow of time. But Cathbad, arrogant in his brilliance, continued. On the eve of a great battle, he slipped away from the warriors and vanished into the glen. There he took his final breath, and the whispering began. The skull speaks. It was years before the people of Ulster found his body. Only bones remained, wrapped in roots and moss. But his skull? It whispered. Warriors recalled as it muttered prophecies and riddles. Some claimed it spoke of things only they knew. Others said it wept blood when touched by moonlight. The skull was brought to Maca and sealed in a stone chamber beneath the great hall. Yet still, its murmurs could be heard. Soft, persistent, and terribly wise. The test of time. Generations passed. Kings came and went. Ulster rose and fell. But Cathbad's skull remained. Whenever Ulster faced a dire threat, brave souls would descend into the chamber to consult it. Some returned enlightened, others returned mad. The skull did not answer plainly. It told truth in circles, gave riddles instead of roads. One warrior, Niall the Silent, asked how it would save his people from a plague. The skull replied, "Let the land drink the blood of a willing heart." Niall offered his own, and the plague ceased. Another, Deirdre of the Stormcloak, sought power. The skull warned, "Those who clutch the storm are first to drown." She ignored the warning and was never seen again. The breaking of the chamber. Centuries later, when the old stone halls had crumbled and the Druids were little more than whispers themselves, a scholar named Ira found the tale of the skull in a forgotten scroll. Driven by curiosity, she sought it, and with her companions unearthed the ruins of Main Macha. They found the chamber, still sealed. When they broke it open, they found the skull resting on a stone pedestal, uncracked by time. As Ira approached, it spoke, clearly and with intent. You who disturb my rest, do you seek wisdom or spectacle? Ira, awed and unafraid, knelt and whispered, I seek understanding. The skull glowed faintly in the shadows and shared with her visions of old, battles, Druid, sorrow and song. She did not go mad, for she had approached not as a thief, but as a student. Ira recorded what she had learned and then reburied the skull with honour, saying, The dead must rest, even when they speak. The whisper endures. Some say the skull still murmurs beneath the earth. Not all can hear it, only those with a quiet soul and a true purpose. The wind around a Main Macha is often said to carry faint whispers, like secrets brushing the edge of your thoughts. If you ever hear them, listen carefully. It might be Cathbad, still watching, still whispering. A lesson from the skull. This tale, strange and stirring, reminds us that the desire to be remembered can shape destiny as much as the desire to lead or win. Cathbad, in his brilliance and pride, believed that his wisdom needed to transcend time. His attempt to hold on to knowledge beyond death was a powerful act, but one that ultimately led him to forsake the natural order. His wisdom, though valuable, became a curse to those who sought it. Never fully understood, always elusive. The true lesson of Cathbad's story lies in the balance between legacy and living. It is a reminder that we cannot control how we are remembered. We can only offer our gifts, our wisdom, and our actions to the world. What others do with them, how they interpret our words, and the time they live in will shape the legacy we leave behind. True wisdom does not need to outlive the wise. It does not need to linger in the skull of long-dead Druids. Wisdom is found in living each moment with intent, in sharing our knowledge freely, and embracing our own mortality. For what we give while alive, our kindness, our actions, our teachings, are what will echo long after we're gone. Do we seek knowledge for the sake of others, or for the sake of our own names carved in time? When we remember that knowledge is meant to be shared and passed along, not hoarded or imprisoned, we release ourselves from the fear of being forgotten. In the end, it is not the whisper in the wind that matters most, but the lives we touch while we're here. As the whispers of myth fade into the stillness, carry their magic with you into the world. Until we meet again, may your spirit wander, and may your days be filled with wonder. Thank you for listening to Whispering Myths. If you enjoyed this story and want to hear more, be sure to subscribe to Whispering Myths. That way, you won't miss out on any of the magical tales that I share. Don't forget to like this video and leave a comment. Thank you for listening, and until we meet again, may the whispers of myths guide your dreams.